Imagine this. A character, she's critically injured. Her body is just failing her. Her spine's been severed by this otherworldly weapon, ice fire from the silver clan.
Yeah, ice fire, freezing flames.
Exactly. And the doctors.
Mm.
They're completely helpless. Time is absolutely running out.
Yeah.
So that's where our deep dive begins today. It's a journey into, well, desperation and destiny, really. We're cracking open Court of Lies and Deceit. That's book 3 in Marion Blackwood's Flame and Thorn series. And look, this is a fantasy novel, fiction, but it's packed with insights, into power, consequences.
Oh, absolutely. The cost of love, survival.
The real cost. And those lines between, like, hero and villain, they get very blurry.
They really do. And our mission here, I think, is to go beyond just the plot points. We want to explore how these characters navigate this this really treacherous world. It's full of manipulation, desperate bargains, deep personal trauma. We're going to trace their psychological journeys, see how they're pushed right to their limits, and ultimately we're asking, what actually defines a hero? Or maybe what forces someone to become a villain?
Okay, let's dive right into that crucible then with Selena's situation. It's dire. The doctor's diagnosis, it couldn't be clearer. He just states it flat out. Her spine was severed.
Ooh.
The shard that struck her was ice fire from the Silver Clan. And when Ezra, her friend, asks, just terrified, she's going to die, the doctor says, yes.
Chilling.
Yeah. The only hope, a healer with, and this is key, actual healing magic, not just mundane medicine.
And that right there, that's the leverage point, isn't it? That level of absolute desperation, it just completely changes someone like Draven. He's known as the shadow of death,
Right. Stoic, ruthless, usually.
Exactly. But what struck me was how fast that stoicism just evaporates. His love for Selena, it overrides everything else, his usual calculated approach. Gone.
It's incredible to witness. He's normally so controlled. But faced with losing her, he just throws all diplomacy out the window. When Galen, another ally, points out the obvious problem, Rin Tanaka hates you. That's the unseelie King Draven doesn't even pause.
Yeah.
He just growls, everyone hates me, but they do as I say anyway. He's not just willing to confront this enemy king. He declares, he will now, or I will burn down this whole fucking world around his head.
Wow. That's intense. It's a terrifying promise.
It really is.
And it shows this raw, almost primal protectiveness. Draven often seems to operate by a different set of rules, maybe. But here, he's ready to literally scorch the earth for her. It forces you, the listener, to ask yourself, okay, someone you love is on the brink. What lines are you willing to cross? How far would you actually go? Even if it meant, sacrificing your principles or your reputation.
It's a heavy question.
Yeah.
And this desperation, it leads them straight to the unseelie king, Orion Nightbane. Now, here's where it gets really interesting.
Yeah.
Because Orion isn't what you'd expect. Not at all. The unseelie fae, they're the darker ones, right? Manipulative. Selena pictured someone harsh and rugged, ruling a wicked court.
Sort of a classic Dark Lord vibe.
Exactly. Instead, Orion is described as beautiful, stunningly so. Sharp and narrow and delicate features. Long dark blue hair like a waterfall. These mesmerizing black and silver eyes.
Okay, so not the rugged tyrant.
Not even close. But underneath that beauty, he's a master manipulator. He has these nightmare powers. He can literally pull bad memories from people's heads and make them relive them.
Ooh, that's deeply psychological. That aesthetic contrast, the beauty masking the danger, that's so significant, isn't it? It tells you immediately that in his court, beauty is just another tool, another weapon.
Yeah, a facade.
His power isn't just physical, it's about mental torment. Like when Draven is begging, Orion taunts him. You call that begging. Pathetic. He's not just dismissing him, he's deliberately twisting the knife, enjoying Draven's vulnerability, stripping him of dignity.
It's cool.
Utterly. And the bargain he offers, it's a masterclass in calculated cruelty. Okay, Haldia, the unseelie healer, she'll save Selena, fix her spine, but...
There's always a but with the answer.
Always. In return, Draven has to kill someone publicly. Orion insists so that everyone knows that it was you who killed him. This isn't just trading a life for a life.
No, it's way more than that.
It's public humiliation, political maneuvering. Orion wants to shift blame for something, assert his dominance over Draven, send a message to the Seelie Fae. It's complex. He's creating a debt of life that binds Draven, at least in public perception.
A brutal bargain.
Right.
So they take it, and they enter the unseelie court itself. And again, total shock. Their expectations are just blown away. Selena pictured like dark rock, maybe underground, crude dwellings.
Grim, harsh.
Right. Instead, It's a sprawling city, rushing waterfalls, flowing rivers. The houses are pale stone with red tiles. And the castle, It's beautiful, shining white stone, but it shimmers in silver instead.
Silver, not gold like the Sealy court.
Exactly. A direct but darker parallel to the Sealy's Golden Palace.
That contrast, appearance versus reality, it's the absolute key to understanding the Unseelie, I think. The beauty, the shimmering city, it's all a mask for something treacherous underneath. It lines up perfectly with Galen's warning earlier. What was it?
He said, Unseelie Fae always keep the bargains they make, but they always try to trick people into more than they think they bargained for.
There it is. It's a constant reminder. Trust is dangerous here. The fine print, the unspoken implications, that's where the real cost always lies. The prettiest traps are often the deadliest.
Definitely something to remember. So the assassination mission happens. They have to kill this guy, Danzo Wolfstalker. And predictably, it doesn't go smoothly.
Never does.
Alistair, their companion with fire magic, it's loud and messy. He accidentally blows up a liquor storage, which was, quote, so not part of the plan.
Oops.
And then there's this surprising little moment. Draven, the Shadow of Death, turns out he knows how to pick locks.
Oh, unexpected skill.
Right. Selena teases him. Got any other secret talents I don't know about? And he just gives this mischievous reply. Ooh, lots. It's a rare bit of lightness, you know?
Those moments are important. They remind you these are still people, even in this crazy situation. But the aftermath of their, quote, victory, that's where the Unseelie treachery really bites.
Oh, yeah. They kill Wolfstalker. Fulfill their end of the deal.
And Orion immediately imprisons them, reveals the wards, the magical barriers keeping everyone in are locked from the inside. It's a complete betrayal. They did exactly what he demanded.
And he just locks the door behind them. It's infuriating. You almost expect it, but the sheer audacity.
Exactly. It says so much about Orion and about his court. It really hammers home that question. When you deal with someone like that, a known manipulator, is any bargain ever truly safe?
Probably not.
Or is it just an illusion? Designed from the start to trap you even deeper. He didn't break the letter of the deal, perhaps, but the spirit absolutely shattered.
So now they're trapped. And Orion, he cooks up the great games. It's this huge public spectacle. Apparently, it's a desperate scheme to keep his people from rioting, because they're all stuck inside these wards too, completely cut off from the rest of the world.
Bread and circuses.
Pretty much. Yeah. The arena is incredibly impressive, even bigger than the one in the Sealy court. It's a massive distraction.
And that's a classic tactic, isn't it? Using entertainment, especially violent, high-stakes entertainment, for social control. Distract the masses from their stifling reality, turn their anger outwards onto the games, not inwards, towards him.
Makes sense.
And for our heroes, the stakes are life and death. Win, freedom, lose, you're left behind in these poisonous woods. The whole court, despite its beauty, is just a gilded cage, and these games, they're the deadly main event.
So during these games, Selena's emotion magic really starts to become a major factor. There's this moment during team selection, she tries to subtly influence a faction owner. Yeah, she gets caught by this Unseelie Fae named Jocasta, who reveals, because I have emotion magic too. And Jocasta surprisingly becomes this sort of intense mentor figure, shows Selena what she's capable of.
Interesting. A rival becoming a teacher.
Kind of.
Yeah.
And Jocasta's perspective is fascinating. She sees emotion magic like a shifting ball of water, right? Controllable, fluid.
Okay.
But then Selena reveals she can push emotions out across an entire city for about 10 seconds. And Jocasta, who's supposed to be the expert, is just floored. She says, that's not possible, until she sees it herself.
Wow. So Selena's power is off the charts, even by Unseelie standards.
Seems like it. It's raw, maybe, but immense.
And Jocasta also gives some insight into the court's dynamics. She mentions this power exchange thing, notes that complete submission, especially from someone powerful, is the ultimate turn-on for the Unseelie king.
Ugh, that's creepy.
It is, but it's revealing, isn't it? It explains so much about Orion's cruelty, his enjoyment of breaking people. The real currency isn't just power, it's control. It's the spectacle of submission.
And Orion loves pulling those strings. The final game. It was supposed to be a scavenger hunt, but last minute it's changed. Royal decree. Now it's a fucking one-on-one battle tournament.
Of course it is. Always changing the rules.
And Selena realizes immediately the worst possible match selection for you, which means that you have been deliberately set up to lose. Orion pits her against Oleander Darkmane.
Let me guess. Someone immune to emotion magic.
Bingo. An opponent specifically trained to block out all emotions.
Classic Orion. It's not just a game, it's theater. He's orchestrating their failure for the crowd. But even with him stacking the deck, Iser pulls off something amazing, right?
Oh, yeah. Iser's performance is incredible. She doesn't just fight. She toys with her opponent, puts on a spectacle. At one point, she throws an ice spear right at Orion's throne.
No way! Did she hit it?
Lands right next to his head. Then she just flashes Orion a wicked grin and blows him a kiss. The crowd goes absolutely nuts. They declare her their new favorite celebrity.
Ha! That takes guts. Serious guts.
Incredible defiance.
It really makes you wonder, in a court like that, obsessed with performance and power, what's a real win? Is it just surviving, or is it moments like that? Reclaiming some agency, even if it's just through sheer audacity. Isra gets it. She knows her audience.
She really does. And speaking of audacity, Isra then does something incredibly risky. She makes another bargain, trades the freedom they just won.
What? Why?
For another game, this time against other factions. But the prize, if they win, is forcing Orion to help them against the Ice Hearts, their main enemy. She even magically silences Selena, flicks her wrist, and ice fills my mouth to stop her protest.
No, that's reckless. Doesn't even cover it. Why would she gamble like that?
It comes from a deep place, trauma. She reveals this heartbreaking story about her mother, Elena Shaw. Isra spent 150 years hating her, thinking Elena abandoned her after winning something called the Atonement Trials.
Oh, man.
But the truth. Her mother was trapped, being tortured and humiliated, suffering and thinking about me. The guilt is crushing her. She died with me hating her.
That's devastating. That explains so much about her intensity, her drive.
Absolutely. And it ties into something Draven says. Hate trumps everything. Pain, despair, heartbreak, it consumes it all, gives you a purpose. For Isra, that hate, that guilt, it's fuel.
A dangerous fuel, though. And it's not just her struggling, right? Draven's having his own identity crisis.
Yeah, massively. He talks about spending 200 years without free will because of this magical metal dragon steel that enslaved him. He was either obeying commands or playing roles, pretending to be a human rebel or a fey rebel.
So he never got to be himself.
Exactly. Now that he's free, he admits, I don't know who that is anymore. I don't know who I am anymore. It's like his whole sense of self was erased.
That's a profound kind of damage. What happens when your own will has been stolen for centuries? Who are you underneath? It's a heavy theme.
And it comes up again during that extra game Isra forced them into.
Yeah.
They end up in this weird pocket reality forest.
Okay.
With poisonous mushrooms that make everyone spill their deepest secrets, like an involuntary truth serum.
Oh, this should be good. What comes out?
Some raw stuff.
Oh.
Isra admits she just made that up about being descended from the Seelie Queen. A total lie. Galen admits he doesn't trust his own instincts anymore. And Selena, she admits her pride is more important to me than anything.
Wow. Pride. That's telling, especially given what happens next with her power. This mushroom trip, it strips away all the masks, doesn't it?
Completely.
It makes you think, what truths would bubble up if our inhibitions just vanished? What are the things we hide, even from ourselves? For Selena, acknowledging that pride, maybe that's a crucial step towards understanding her own capacity for darkness.
And that darkness really emerges.
Yeah.
During her fight with Oleander, the emotionless guy, she's struggling, can't get through his defenses.
Right, he's trained against it.
But then something shifts.
Yeah.
She figures out how to not just manipulate emotions, but how to create them from nothing. She forces pure fear into him. And the book says she feels this addictive pleasure, this utter satisfaction.
Oh, creating emotion, that's a whole other level. That's terrifying power.
It really is. She's not just influencing anymore. She's conjuring feelings, shaping someone's entire inner world.
And the effect.
Immediate. Devastating. Oleander just collapses, completely broken by this manufactured terror. But Selena, she doesn't stop. She finds it intoxicating. She turns on another opponent from the white faction and just floods her with negative emotions, uncertainty, anger, jealousy, impatience, despair, pain.
Oh my God.
Transforms this person into a trembling mess, cowering, begging for mercy. Selena thinks she's become her goddess. Her life is mine. It's chilling. It's power completely unchecked.
That's genuinely horrifying. It's gone way beyond winning a fight. That's psychological destruction.
Exactly. And right in the middle of this, Draven gets saved from a killing blow. He's magically ported out. Lucky timing, maybe, because he gets pulled out just before her power display hits its absolute peak.
So he didn't see the worst of it?
Apparently not the very worst, but he saw enough. When he looks back at Selena, his eyes are just filled with burning hatred.
Hatred, not fear or concern, but hatred.
Pure hatred. And Selena has this other realization right then. The mate bond, that faded Fae connection. It finally snapped into place for you too, she thinks, looking at him. But crucially, it happened after they'd already fallen in love.
So their feelings were real, not just magic.
Yeah, their love was genuine, developed naturally, which makes his hatred even more devastating. He sees what she's becoming, what she did, and that's his reaction. It just cuts her to the core.
Wow. So the bond clicks in, confirming their connection right as he sees her embrace this terrifying power. That's tragic irony right there.
It really is. And the episode, this whole arc, ends with Selena just reeling internally. She's questioning everything. Did she ruin it all? Did her uncontrolled magic cause her parents' issues with her way back when? She's horrified that she enjoyed controlling those people.
As she should be. That's the scary part, the enjoyment.
Right. But then seeing Draven's hatred, seeing her friends looking at her with pity, something hardens inside her, the cold resolve. She remembers something Draven told her once. He said that only a villain can take down another villain. And she thinks, fine, then that is exactly what I will become.
Chills. That's a full turn, isn't it? She's not just acknowledging the darkness, she's actively choosing it, embracing the villain role because she thinks it's necessary.
Yeah, it's a chilling transformation, a real point of no return, maybe.
It really feels like it. It highlights that whole Faustian bargain idea, doesn't it? Gaining power, but the cost is, well, maybe your soul. Can you fight a monster without becoming one? She seems to be deciding maybe you can't. Or maybe you shouldn't even try.
So, what a journey for them. I mean, from near death, desperate bargains, to navigating that treacherous court, the spectacle of the games. They won, technically. They got their freedom, secured Orion's help. But the cost for Selena, personally, it's immense. Terrifying, even.
Absolutely. This deep dive, it really lays bare the psychological weight of power like that. It's not just about can you do something, but should you? And the impact it has, the changes it forces.
Yeah.
They seem irreversible sometimes. When you're pushed that hard, especially to protect people you love, those lines between being a protector and becoming something else, they blur incredibly fast. Disturbingly fast.
It really does make you think. So let's leave you with this question. If you were pushed to your absolute limit, what line would you cross for the people you love? And maybe more importantly, how much of yourself do you think would be left on the other side?
Because even though this is fantasy, these stories, they echo real truths, don't they? About our own choices, about power, and about the consequences that ripple outwards from them. Something to definitely mull over.